Okay, so we have our Hanzo here. It's going to be great. You're going to get all of the headshots.
That's what it's about.
There you go.
Nothing else matters.
If you get all the headshots, who cares if you lose? That's a lot of barrier that you're playing into. Okay.
Double shield, yeah.
Yeah, but let's start with this Sonic arrow.
Yep. Oh, the Sonic arrow, yeah. Let me tell you right now.
That's an interesting Sonic arrow.
My issue with the Sonic arrow is it's like mixing so you shoot your Sonic arrow and you shoot a regular arrow to kill someone. I mix the two. I combine them so I don't separate the two, and that's my problem with
Yeah.
the Sonic arrow.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking separately about them.
Okay.
That's a hard fix for me.
So it's gonna be a hard fix. So what I want you to do is every time your Sonic arrow comes off a cooldown, I want you to literally go, I'm going to spend 1 second thinking about where I want to use this arrow. Like I'm literally going to spend 1 second thinking about it where I'm not really thinking about or doing anything else. And it's gonna cause it's going to cause you to be a little less active, but this is how we're going to break this habit. This is what I've got to prescribe to you to work on it. Okay.
So I played this game, and I while I was playing it, I thought I was doing great, and I actually looked at the replay, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is not." There's so many mistakes that I can see, and a lot of the mistakes you're going to point out, I feel like we're on the same page.
Okay, that's great. That's great. But then we're going to have to figure out how we can make you how we can get you to really implement these changes, whether that's going to be like a mental shift, whether that's going to be describing it differently so that it makes more sense to you. Like, I think you get them, but we're going to have to figure out what we can do to sort of get you to want to work on them, whether it's really highlighting that it needs to be one at a time, whether it's really telling you you can increase your downtime, it's okay if your SR tanks while you're learning this, etc. Like, that's pretty hard. It feels bad if you do it that way, but we'll have to solve that.
I'm gonna eat a cookie every time I get a good Sonic arrow.
Oh, okay.
That works.
Okay, so you're doing the storm, popping the barrier. That's okay with me, but if we look at this and we look at the opposing team where they're running their double barrier at you, which barrier is more valuable?
Which of their barriers is more valuable?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I don't know actually. Orisa?
Reasonable of you not to know. I'd actually say it's more punishing in general for the Sigma's barrier to not be available. That's what I would highlight if you're going for the breaks here. That said, Orisa's positioning is garbage. So if in this situation you went, I'm going to break the Orisa barrier because their positioning is so bad, I'd be fine with that. In a perfectly equal world, I'd recommend breaking the Sigma barrier, but in this situation, their Sigma has good positioning, right?
So I'm watching this on my phone. It's like god awful to see.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even see where the Sigma is.
Got it. So the Sigma is right here.
Okay.
The Orisa is here, kind of in the middle of the
positioning better than Orisa, right?
Right. So in this case, even though usually it's more punishing to break his shield, if we break her shield, look at these juicy targets in the open for us. If we break Sigma's shield, Sigma's going to go, cool story. I guess I'll just throw stuff from over here. So yeah, all good, all good. So in this situation, we'd have said, let's break the Orisa shield.
Okay.
Go here. You've got this Sonic arrow out again. Not totally sure what you're doing with that. Like, you can see what's behind the wall, I suppose, with that. That's not amazing. I'd have preferred that to just, even just flick it a little to the right to go a little deeper with it. But, okay. Here you are. And then you go for your Storm. And what's your thought with the Storm arrow?
I like to use it on cooldown. Yeah. Whenever that's pretty much what I do, yeah.
If you would like to use Storm Arrow on cooldown, I would recommend not doing that. But if you would like to use Storm Arrow on cooldown, you need to be playing in such a way that when your Storm Arrow comes off of cooldown, you have a good use for it. You follow what I'm saying? Like, you need to be playing future-minded, where you go, hey, if I want to use this thing on cooldown because I want to increase its uptime, then you better constantly be in positions. You better be rotating into positions where you'll be able to use it very effectively. And unfortunately, this isn't yet one of those. In a second, after this Maywall goes away, this might be one of those. If you're over here, this might be one of those. If you were here, even maybe this would be one of those. But this isn't yet one of those. So really, I'd recommend that you actually use your Storm Arrow a little more purposefully. Like you understand when to use it in duels, like after the Genji is used deflect, or you understand, hey, I'm going to use it, I'm going to hit a body shot, and then I'm going to go into Storm Arrow, things like that. Or I'm going to use it to break shields when we're at a distance like you did, like the first Storm Arrow, you'll notice I didn't object to, other than a little bit of target selection. But generally, you're going to want a good use of your Storm Arrow. But you can increase your ability to get a good use of a Storm Arrow if you play around when it's coming up to be in places you'll want to use it when it comes up.
Okay.
And you can see, I'm sure, if we'd just been willing to hold this Storm Arrow just a tiny bit longer, well, look how much better a Storm Arrow is now.
Right. Yeah.
Good. You've got 1 to 2 shots here. Maybe 1 shot now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good shots. Good shots. No, you're fine. I'm just it's painful. Oh, there you get her. There you get her.
Yeah, I get it without the Storm Arrow.
There you go. Okay, just wait for a moment. So you're gonna pressure that. That is not a Sonic Arrow. That is not a Sonic Arrow. Do you hear the Genji? Okay, so you can't just ignore the Genji on you. So like here you are. And you're sort of doing the, well, I don't like fighting Genji. Genji's annoying, so maybe if I just ignore him, he'll go away thing. Guess what? He's not going to go away. And your Ana is going to tunnel even harder than you at ignoring him. So...
That's my bad there.
Yeah. All good. All good. It's just like you just have to turn and fight them, unfortunately.
I'm so sick of fighting him.
Fighting Genji?
Yeah.
I understand. I
just waste so much of my time just trying to...
That's kind of the point, though, right? Like, that's what he's supposed to do. That's what flankers are supposed to do. You're going to do way less damage fighting a flanker than you will shooting at tanks. So, but it works because you do have to deal with them. And if you don't, they'll just eliminate you. Okay, so are you going to push main, or are you going to go around? Interesting. So, like, again, here you go.
Yep.
What? I just go deeper with this arrow. Like, if you're going to use this arrow, you could send it where you sent it, but why not send it here? Like, it's going to get you better information if you just send it more to the right. It's going to get you more of this information. You sent it, like, here-ish, and I would much prefer to send it here. I know what's right here. I don't need to know this. I don't really care what's in here. Like, I mean, and I'll still get what's in there even if I send this further to the right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we can min-max your placement. And this one was, your brain was in Sonic Arrow mode because you didn't shoot this trying to eliminate someone. We just want to make the placement actually better. Like, where's it going to get us the most information on the enemy team? And there's no reason you can't send it further right. Yep. Cool. Okay, did you... There we go. Again, you just kind of go here.
Right.
This is a Sonic Arrow. It's a very interesting Sonic Arrow. No, it's not a very interesting Sonic Arrow at all. I just don't feel need to use it. Like, if you want to use the Sonic Arrow, you're just going to put it into this to see exactly where they are around the corner. But honestly, like, I don't have any need to fight this. I'm going to climb back up here and go over here. Like, I'm just not remotely interested in fighting this. And you're probably staying low ground because you want to use your Dragon Strike. And I understand wanting to use your Dragon Strike, but wouldn't it be nice if your Sonic Arrow had given you some good information for this Dragon Strike?
I was waiting for my Zarya to grab
for
this Dragon Strike. So
That's fine. That's fine. Then I don't want you down here. I want you back up here, pelting people from above. Yep. And I really don't care that your Reaper's already on that route. Okay, maybe not this one. Like, I know you want to use Storm Arrow, and I know you're thinking, hey, I want to use Storm Arrow for maximum value, but this is the perfect example of you've got to be positioning yourself in such a place where Storm Arrow can get value, because like breaking these shields mid-combat, you don't really want to do this. Breaking shields sort of pre-combat with Storm Arrow, okay, but this is very like the combat is very real at this point. We're past the poke stage and we're in the real fight. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're not
So
really. Oh, go ahead.
so don't break shield when like I could easily just go a little bit more to the right and get behind the Orisa. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
saying?
With your storm arrow,
Okay.
and like
Yeah,
if
what's your
there's
stand?
no better target, keep shooting at this, but don't pop your storm arrow to shoot at this mid fight. Just go over here and go. Oh, I guess I'm gonna pop storm arrow and shoot you in the back, or oh, I guess I'm gonna pop storm arrow and just remove the Anna real quick. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. I
Oh
believe.
Jesus.
You got it.
There we
You
go.
got it.
Is Anna not like the hardest person to hit?
She does have a bit of a janky head hitbox. It's true.
Again. Get the payload moving.
Got your Grub Dragon. Hopefully you can get first off of that. Cart's not quite as deep as we'd like. Okay, I don't know whether to say congrats, you got the Mercy, or to say what are we doing with this Sonic Arrow.
Hey, I got the Mercy. Let's ignore the rest.
Okay, again, this is you popping your arrow to sort of break this when this is pretty real. Like, you guys have a May elimination, you have a Mercy elimination. I don't want to break her shield anymore. Like, at this point, yes, I'll break her shield if I have nothing better to do, but I'm perfectly happy to shoot at these other things, except maybe I don't even want to shoot at these other things because maybe I'm scared that the Genji still has to flex, so maybe I just shouldn't use Storm Arrow yet. Oh, Storm Arrow might be nice for taking out the Blading Genji. Okay. I mean, so here we are. That arrow gets you some information, I suppose, but not terribly good information. And obviously, we have the benefit of map hacks and replay viewer to be like, ah, yes, we knew there was no one there, so how dare you send that where no one is? But I don't really expect anyone to be here. The only one that could really live here would be the Genji on their team, and I just don't think he's going to stay here. I think if he's going to stay more on high ground. Oh, turns out he's right here, which is more on high ground where
Right.
we expected. So you just sort of are
So
like, go ahead.
I do rush them because like
Yeah.
I could take a second and think about, okay, what is the best possible place, but I pretty much just go with the first place that kind of makes sense,
Okay.
and that's the issue that we're running into, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd like us to make these a little better. It's going to cause you to think about them more. It's going to cause you to play a little slower, but it would cause this arrow to go up where you'd get more information. It would cause this arrow, instead of being here, to be being back here, where it still gives you this information, but gives you more information back here, which is more useful. It's some of this stuff that we can just crank up a little bit higher with our Sonic Arrow for our value. And then we're just storming a wall, a barrier, excuse me. I'm surprised you stayed there. Like, oh, you can't see if I color. You can reliably hit this opening, and they're going to rotate past this opening. So I'm surprised I don't see your crosshair go there and just start logging stuff down here pretty soon. Like, you see, this is like, you go for this, and it's like there's going to be shots through the doorway. Okay, deflect isn't up, so you pop storm. I don't still need you here. Why are you still here? Like, I'm already interested in you doing your little hop skip to transition across here, especially while the Genji's deflect was on cooldown and you're a little more free because he's a little more afraid to come in. Because, like, you can just hop skip it across to here so that you can get to here more quickly. Because this is where you're going to win the fight from. This is going to put more pressure on them. This back here is kind of a smaller angle between you and your team. It's like, yeah, we're already looking at that way. This is a little scary, but this is really scary. We want to be getting to here, and we want to be looking when can we reasonably transition up to there, and we've had our chance. We've more than had our
Yeah.
chance, but it's because of the Dragon Strike. Okay, fine. Okay. Break the super. Break the super. Good. Reasonable. Okay, you gonna go take your high ground? No, you're gonna play here.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Allow me for 30 seconds remaining.
Okay. I'd still like you to find some of these options to transition to the high ground. Like, it won't give you shots on everyone, but it'll give you better shots on enough of them to be worth it. And it's not like you can shoot at everyone at once anyway.
Okay.
See that which is unseen.
Again, I don't have a need for you to push here. Like, you can push here, but if you want to spend a moment to climb up here, look at what that opens up to me. Like, this is... We want to use our kit. Okay. Interesting. Okay, you read that, Genji.
I guess so. What did you think?
It looked to me, at the first glance, it looked to me like he backed into your arrow. Like, he was going this way, and then he strafed back into your arrow. But it was a little more in this direction than I thought. And I was just really surprised that you predicted the movement of him, his strafe dodging, taking him back right there. But it wasn't quite what I thought I'd seen the first time. It was still a good shot. It just wasn't quite the level of, whoa, that was like quite the prediction the first time I saw
Gotcha.
it.
Gotcha.
See through the dragon's eyes.
There's no one behind that box. I can guarantee it.
Yeah. For now.
This will heal. It appears we have suffered a minor Get
Again, this is challenging. Exactly. I want you up here where you can go,
I see
hey,
that, yeah.
extra thing to think about.
Yeah, no, when I watched the replay, I'm like, yeah, dude, take the high ground.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
in these weird spots.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, your Sonic should not be right here. It should have been in the wall. It's not a regular shot. It's a different shot. But you know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I mean, soldier helps, but hey.
Yeah, we'll take help.
Okay, where do I want you?
Either, I guess right up there, right above.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I would have said, hey, climb this. See if there's anything you need to clear here, and if there's not, you'll just peek out here and do work. Or if you want to get really aggressive, you'll peek out here and do work. But peeking out here to do work would be fine. The high ground is quite oppressive on this map.
Yeah, I'm a Hanzo that just likes to move payload, and I guess I shouldn't be.
No, psh. Make someone else do it. Of course, the thing is, if you watch, you're going to find that I'm going to tell everyone to make someone else do it. That's not actually true. I actually know who should be moving the payload. But, like,
Yeah.
it does become a... You don't want to just be sort of going like, here's my minimum value of pressing the payload. Like, well, if I'm thinking I should be moving up and I'm thinking I'm better than the players in the lobby, I probably shouldn't be doing the thing that gives me the least ability to flex my difference, which is pushing the
So
payload.
yeah, I see it both ways. I see it like, having my healers push up
Mm-hmm.
is valuable when I'm a sniper and I can stand back and shoot
Mm-hmm.
when they probably can't. So like I can see it both ways where I can actually get value by having them up and then me on payload, but
Yeah, so the
I
problem
guess
that you run into is you have a way easier time than them taking high ground. You're also way more dangerous taking an off angle. Like Anna can take an off angle to get some quick ability stuff off, but she's mostly pretty happy to go, I want to keep a somewhat normal sight line on my Reinhardt, right? She doesn't have to be, let me just, okay, I don't have a good place here, but let's pretend our payload is here. Anna can
okay.
heal her Reinhardt up there, just no problem. If Anna goes like way over
Yeah.
here, she can still heal her Reinhardt, but like she might have easier nades, she might have easier sleeps, but then she's probably going to wander herself back to something that she can do because she doesn't want the fight to leave her behind. You have more ability to go, I'm more dangerous from here. I can stay dangerous from here, but more importantly, I can go take all this high ground stuff so much more easily than my teammates can, and I can do so much work from this high ground stuff, Whereas yeah, she doesn't want to constantly be pushing the payload, but what that actually means is you want something like a Lucio, a Tracer, maybe a Ball pushing the payload most of the time. Now, you don't have those options, so like, I get it, but you guys are also running double heavy healer with your Anna Moira here, and your Moira's never going to get soloed, right? So like if you have to, you could go, hey, my Moira goes forward and my Anna heals. Or if the payload is too far back where Anna would have to heal around the corner to get her tanks, they can swap and go, hey, Anna walks forward to where she can heal and Moira is unsoloable on the cart. She'll always get out alive.
Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Okay. Nice. Reaper's not down.
60 seconds.
Oh yeah?
Marked by the
Oh,
dragon.
good. Good Sonic. Good Sonic. 10 out of 10.
Thanks, buddy. There we go. We're improving.
Die feeder. Lights out. Огонь по готовности.
Okay.
Hey,
Unfortunate.
we got payload.
We did get payload, so it's not going to matter. There's more you can do in this fight if you're scared, but really the answer is probably, hey, maybe I just press X and, try to ask for my support's attention a little more. Like, I'm back here fighting this Genji that they don't want to fight, and they don't want to fight it, so maybe you guys could heal me a little more. Oh, I got a heal? Yeah, they got the one. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, blade away, Genji. We're fine with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said when that happened.
See that which
Okay, that's good.
Enemy contact.
I mean, again, this Storm Arrow is sort of like I'm Storm Arrowing. Well, first off, I'm sending a Sonic Arrow into the ground because I feel like it. But now I'm Storm Arrowing with nothing on my screen, which forces me to get these next shots off quickly. And the only thing that looks like it'll even be on my screen soon is Barrier. So, like, again, I want to have this Storm Arrow for higher leverage situations. And if you want to put yourself in these higher leverage situations right as your Storm Arrow is coming up, that's fine. But you have to intentionally play to do so. And this isn't that. You're not in it. You're now going, oh, it was nice of him to lower his shield for you, but all your Storm Arrows are gone. And, it wasn't until the back half of your Storm Arrow that you had any good targets. I don't really want to be here. Do you want to be here?
Oh, not with that Reinhardt coming at me now.
Yeah. So you could go, I'm going to stay here because my Moira can stay here with me. You could go, I'm going to try to leave this way. Or you could go, oh, I'm going to try to just forward leap over my Reinhardt, over there Reinhardt. Like, I'm just going to
Psych
do
him
my
out
little
of it.
double jump and get over here. And now I'm outside the concave. You're still going to go down, but hey. Yeah. I would have liked to see your second leap used there.
60 seconds remaining.
See through the darkness. Is that the best you can do?
Okay.
Administered.
Oh, yeah. We totally needed that nano and that coalescence, guys. And that bubble. These are just great.
Going all in, baby.
30 seconds remaining.
Storm Arrow's fine.
Surprised I didn't use my dragon there.
I'm thinking you're holding for the Zarya. I'm just glad
I am.
she didn't.
I
And
am.
now you guys
But-
can win the map.
Oh my god, I do mess this up. You'll see what I mean. I didn't know where the grav was. And
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah, okay.
So where
it's
was the
over
grav?
here.
Oh, it was all the way over there. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't
close
even know.
to it. You're sort of close to it. You're just not actually aimed at it. Yeah.
No, and it gets worse.
Oh, yeah.
I go over there.
Oh, yeah. Do we care about this Rhine behind us? Okay. Like, I'm just looking
Let's
at
see it
this, and I'm like,
Where is he? Okay.
so here we are.
Wait, that's our run, right? He just came pinning in, right?
Yeah,
Wait.
that's the opposing Reinhardt.
All
That's
right.
you.
Yeah, let him be.
Okay,
Let
cool,
him be.
cool. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna use this storm out. Oh, we're gonna back up towards this Reinhardt thing. Like, interesting. I can understand you wanting to stay near the center here, but I'm gonna be honest. The second that Reinhardt gets past me, I'm leaping over to here and turning around and shooting at him because I don't want to go fight new stuff. I'm perfectly happy to fight the thing like here. Nothing can shoot at me except the Reinhardt. Like I can shoot at the Reinhardt. No one on their team can see me. I'm perfectly happy. Yes, it means giving up. Oh, this isn't even your shield. This is their shield. Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm trying to kill them, and they keep going back and forth, so I'm trying to follow them through the shield. You see what I mean?
I do.
I'm staying in the
Yeah,
middle
no, I'm
because
thinking
they're
that
trying to
this is
use
your
it.
shield. You're right. You can't hop over here and shoot at the Reinhardt. Oh, I'm hurting. You can still hop here and shoot at the Reinhardt, which would have been better. But again, we would like to limit the number of opponents that could shoot at us because you can't shoot. You have 3 target options right now. You really have 4 target options right now, but you can only shoot at one of them at a time. And they can all choose to shoot at you at once. So you would much rather create a situation where you only have 1 target option, but only 1 target can shoot at you. Like, that's a preferable situation. Or you just leap into a Symmetra's face. Really?
I guess maybe I was trying to get away from the Rhine. Maybe that's what I was doing. I don't remember.
You just forward leaped, used your cooldown to go in against a level 2, level 3 beam Symmetra without Storm Arrow. Okay, you really care a lot about protecting this
with
soldier.
70 health.
Yeah. Please don't do this. Please don't do this.
Face bro. I hate that Symmetra.
You know this is easier to break if you like go through and shoot from here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Or go over and shoot from here where you've got a health backed up right off it. Both of those make that easier.
What happens is I'm like so worried about payload because I know if we get off of it, like we're done.
Yeah, no, I get it. But the problem is if all 5 of you are in this I have to anchor payload mindset, you will not win the team fight. You follow what I'm saying? Where it's just like it limits your offensive power way too much. If you guys all play, well, let's all huddle onto the objective as 4 people, as 5 people, as 6 people, and the opposing team can take angles and just touch the payload with 1 person at a time. Like, you're going to be pushing boulders uphill so hard, which you're going to do here, but But you didn't fully do it here. I mean, you weren't on the payload when you were back here, and your Reinhardt was perfectly happy to fight the other Reinhardt over here. If he had been like, I have to stick to the payload no matter what because it's overtime, that wouldn't have happened.
I think that's why I double jumped into the Symmetra to touch payload.
Okay.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
I bring out a little bit of Junkrat. I'm not happy with it, but
okay. Little
I'm not happy
silly.
with how I. Yeah.
On this mission, you have my thanks. Hello there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
True struggle is for the superiority of ideas.
The hunter lays a trap for his prey.
Execute.
Can we do a little bit better? A little bit better. Like if you put your trap here, it'll still get someone who steps right here because it will do a little bit of a jumpy claw thing, etc.
Okay.
But it's gonna be protected a little bit better. Like I want it to be protected. Yes, it sinks into the ground from their perspective, not from the spectator perspective, but you can hide it a little bit better still and still get value out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it would cover the whole doorway or not from back there.
I mean, they might be able to if they like walk through it on the very this side of it, but if you think about how this team approaches it, they're going to approach it from this side or from the middle. They're not going to play like, let me get 0 space between me and this door frame and like suck in my belly and walk. That's not what they're going to do. So
Okay.
Watch this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
do we have a problem with the high ground? I guess we do.
Dude, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. Like it's almost like you could sit right here and just be like, nah, I'm just gonna bounce nades out from here or something. But hey. Okay. Oh
Or
no!
should I get
Oh
Dope
no!
off?
We gave Hog the high ground. I know what you wanted. I'm not
I
worried.
know. I thought that was hilarious that I did that.
Okay. Cool. Cover. Where's your cover? Where's your cover? Where's your cover? Oh my goodness, you take so long to get your cover. So here you are. This happens. Cool. Oh wait, there's threats to the right, and they're reminding you that they're here, so I should probably get myself like this, where I can just
Okay.
throw stuff over the planter, or I can throw stuff like this, or where I can, maybe bounce stuff off the wall there. Like, I should probably do one of those things. Instead, nah. Now I'll just go into the middle again. Nah. Okay. Oh, look, hey, if you were at the planter, that couldn't get you. Fortunately, his aim
Right.
can't get you either. Okay. Okay, while you're up here, maybe want to drop a trap? Like, this could be an important spot later. You had the option to drop it. I understand why you didn't drop the trap while you were going through here, but, like, this could be an important spot for them to control. You could consider being like, hey, there should be a trap at the top of these stairs or something, because you'd really like to know in the future if they try to wrap around and take this high ground, because this is one of the ways that they could break you. But that's okay.
Get into position.
Where else is your trap going to go? That'll be my question.
Probably in that room right to the left.
Oh, to the left? Here?
I think that's where I put it, yeah.
Okay, that doesn't do a ton of good. Well, okay, it might do some good at this particular moment, so that's okay. But it's harder for these guys to access this room because this room is like there's no stairs up, or the stairs up here are on this side. So, like, yes, they can get up here with a Genji, with a Widow, with a Lucio, they can get up here, but most of those heroes then don't have to go through here anyway. So this isn't my favorite trap location. I really would prefer that this be trapped, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't play Junkrat too much, just kind of
Sure.
felt like picking him.
I mean, it worked. Your trap got a Genji. But can we
Yeah.
get a new one down? Can we get a new one down? How about now? Oh, up here maybe? That works. No. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
You don't like the matchup?
Oh my
I had it low, bro.
You did! You did! It should never happen. Should never happen. And if you'd pre-trapped, though, if you'd popped up here like I thought you were just to get a trap down, that could have been like, oh, hey, and then with this Genji dove you, and you're retreating, he'd have been in the trap. But hey.
Almost had her. Damn.
Yes, the problem was your aim, not the matchup. Not how you chose to take that fight.
Where's this trap going, man?
What's that?
I said, where's this trap gonna go?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Been hanging on to it for a while.
You have. You have. Is it gonna watch this flank for us? I don't know.
I don't even remember.
Oh.
Right there. We'll get someone.
I believe you. I'm disappointed, but I believe you. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
I didn't even know.
How you cut a nano Rhine with your trap that was oh my goodness.
Beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Yeah, you psyched me out here.
Yeah, he did. He did. You just have to be really fast on the flicks. Genjis like to appear above and behind you. They just like to do it, man. Like, it's just like, up, you're going to be like, I'm going to have to look 45 degrees up and somewhere in this range. Somewhere in this range. If I'm here and I'm taking damage, the Genji is going to be like here-ish. It's just how they work, but that's okay.
Yep. There's a lot of Genjis in Plat, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm trying to.
That's a fine. How do you do?
I go to practice modes and I just strictly shoot them and that's it.
Okay. 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 Huh. Get the timing right. Get the timing right. Is your team gonna give you a timing
God,
window?
I hate myself for this. You're not gonna like this, dude.
I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost enough to take him out.
Was it even a
No.
it a good attempt? I didn't.
Well, no, there's a couple issues with it. One of which is you're trying to pull out your rip tire, which is you
Right.
know, that was never going to happen. But this happens, and he immediately gets naded, so we don't really have an idea of how much damage he took. Like, that's unfortunate. It used to be a viable strategy. Not a
Does
viable,
dying on
perhaps.
Dash- I wanted to test it out. I don't. Does it actually like if he wasn't getting healed? Would that?
It's threatening to him. It's very threatening to him.
Yeah.
We've seen Junkrats go. We've seen Bastions go down to that. Not necessarily just that, but you don't even see it register on his health. And oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, it was half of his health. Not great.
I should have just threw some.
Well, you had a
grenades at
decision
him.
to make. Either you were going to go, I'm going to believe that my team is going to contest, and then my team does contest with, like, this May here,
Yeah.
for example, and when they do, I pull my rip tire and go blow up 3 of them, or I don't think my team is going to contest, but I'm going to contest anyway, so I'm going to just jump down and do this without my rip tire. This was the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Too early for the rip tire usage. Okay.
So I didn't want to play McCree here, but then it forced me to because I couldn't switch.
Okay.
So I think I just ended up killing myself immediately because I did not want to fight a Bastion with McCree.
Sure. Instead, you're going to get on what, Reaper?
No, Hanzo.
Okay.
Back on Hanzo.
Okay, I'm
Reaper's
making
a bad pick against
yes,
Bastion. I
yes,
assume.
yeah, I was making a bad joke.
Because you know it's funny because I used to think it was a great counter.
Oh
but-
boy.
Because it worked for me, it really did. But then,
Okay, I can live with
I
that,
moved
Sonic.
on.
Fine.
Kill that guy.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're just a little sloppy with even trying to aim those shots. Like, here we are. That's a Hanzo. You've got 2 shots left, or excuse me, that's a Zara. You have 2 shots left. You're just holding down the button. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna do whatever.
that's
And
a tendency with storm
yeah,
arrows.
we've
Just
seen a bit of that from you. Okay. Great. If they're gonna let you stagger them. A little better discipline there. Unfortunate. Now you're gonna have to leave. That's unfortunate. I know what you were trying for.
yeah.
That's less good. That was a Sonic into... I think that one was another Sonic. Am I wild? No, it wasn't another Sonic. Okay.
No, I wouldn't have gotten it that
Yeah,
fast.
you didn't have it in time. I don't really like this. And the reason I don't really like this is I don't know how much of your team is looking at them, and I'm worried. I'm worried right now that it's you versus the world. So even though you have high ground, even though you have Storm Arrow, I'm worried that this is a 1v5, 1v6 type situation, that you're more likely to get eliminated than them. Now, it turns out it's not. Your Zarya and Mei are doing a little something, but I don't think you know that, and I'm a little concerned.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I just felt safe there.
Okay.
See through the dragon's eyes.
I mean, that'll tell you if the Genji's wall climbing. Okay. Oh no, I want to go right back up. Like, you want to help your hog with that, yeah. Sadly, you're not letting your arrow is not expanding on the other side of that wall to hit him.
Team kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time to raise my EPL.
You have to leave.
60 seconds.
You're gonna get pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what to shoot at when the Bastion was sleeping.
Yeah,
I
so
kind of stuttered there.
you did. I mean, you basically just stalled out here. So we look at this and it's like, hey, what do I do? Well, anything is better than nothing is sort of the answer here. Like, oh, that Bastion is nothing. I would, try to shoot around the defense matrix, try to shoot at the Lucio. Those are going to be fine. And then you end up in a situation where, oh, look, the Ana's there. The Diva can't swap on matrix. The shot at the Diva would be fine. You want the Ana instead, and now you have to leave. Like, as soon as you take this Genji damage, you have to leave, because he knows how low health you are now.
Yeah.
60 seconds.
Yeah.
I must redeem myself. See that which is unseen.
Cool.
Lucky shot.
All skill.
30 seconds.
Okay. Why don't I love this? It's okay, but why don't I love it?
30 seconds.
The dragon?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you worried about the Diva?
No.
Matrixing it?
I'm actually worried about, can your team do enough with it? Like, this dragon is your team actually going to be able to fight during this dragon?
Who do I it's really hard for me to see.
Oh.
We're the red team, right?
Yeah, you're the red team.
So what is it's just me and
It's you and Hog, and you're dragoning the cart, and like, that's cool. It'll force the Bastion to move, so it helps you guys engage. It does do that, assuming they don't get the checkpoint. If they get the checkpoint, it's less useful. But assuming that they all leave the cart to run from this dragon, it's kind of useful. It's got some real use. The Bastion's gonna have to move, or it's gonna hurt them a bunch, etc. But like, your team, your red team, like, here's 4 of you right here. Here's your Roadhog right here. You're not there quite yet, are you?
No, yeah, I guess I'm not. I
Okay.
still thought it would disrupt them. I mean, I know you would prefer to have the team there, but I know there's a Bastion sitting on payload.
Sure. So it's not
so-
it's not a 0 out of 10. It's just I'd like to upgrade this a little bit more in general. But yes, this is ult to rotate. That's what you're using it for. And that's not the best way to use ults, but it's not like you're getting no value out of it. You are getting rotation value, and you're forcing them to give up space too, which has some value, sure.
Come on, everyone. Just a
Maybe
little
I'm
bit
just
longer.
biased because it did work out.
Yeah,
Like,
you are. They
yeah.
honestly shouldn't have let this work as well as it did, and none of them are touching it. If any of them are touching it, decent chance they cap this.
I'm on fire.
Surrender. I will.
See through the
Okay.
dragons.
And that's the end of their push.
I'm on fire.
10 seconds remaining.
Get in there.
Okay. Wait, where did your Sonic end up going?
Okay. Somewhere.
Back
Over there.
back here. Like
Got it. You never know, man.
not up here, not through here. Okay.
Definitely a bad one.
Okay.
Definitely a bad Sonic.
Your team wins even without you making it back.
Start over
Well,
at the beginning.
there we go. Okay, so obviously I'm
Okay.
not going to let go of your Sonic arrows because they're the easiest thing. Like, they don't require you to mechanically get better. They don't require a huge shift in mindset. They just require, like, I'm going to pause. I'm going to think about for 1 second where I want to put this. And maybe I'll come up with 3 options in that 1 second. Maybe I'll come up with 1 option in that 1 second. Either way, I'm going
Yeah.
to think for 1 second, and then I'm going to go with what my best option after that 1 second is. That's going to be fine for now to upgrade it. And I can see your Sonics do have some thought in them. It's not like you haven't improved on this at all, but there's room to keep going on this that still isn't that hard to access compared to some of the other things that we can work on. So it's like that's the lowest investment for the highest return, and it's why I'm sending you there. The next thing that I want you to work on after you feel like, hey, I've ironed this out and this really is better, is for these storm arrows, I really do want to be seeing these can't just be willy-nilly. So like you either have to go, I am putting out pressure storm arrows, maybe on shields, maybe on far away opponents when we're pretty far away still, when we're clearly in a poke phase, and it's a poke phase that's not about to commit to a serious engage, a serious brawl, etc. Or I'm using this in the brawl, in the fight, in the real battle, but I'm using it when I have targets, when I can finish stuff, when the Genji's already used Deflect, when the Sigma has already, recalled their barrier and can't block, when I'm not just about to be looking at a Reinhardt barrier, when I actually have targets in front of me. It's sort of a follow-up is how I want to be thinking about it. It's either a follow-up to I just did something good and now let me drive it home, or the good thing I did was I got a cooldown out of you that you don't have, so now let me that be my follow-up. Either a follow-up to like I hit an arrow, so let me try and finish them, or a follow-up to I got something important out of you and now let me do it. And if you're going, no, Temporal, I just want to use it on cooldown, okay, I can live with that. I really can. But I'm going to need you to be getting very aggressive on your angle control around its cooldown. I'm going to need you to go, well, my storm arrow is going to be up in 4 seconds. So in the next 4 seconds, I better get from here over to here so that I can do this and then back out. Over here, so I can do this and then get out. Which brings us to our third thing, which is going to be I want you to make less payload stuff, but I want you to make more use of these high grounds. I want you to find smaller windows of lulls in combat to take high ground, because there are lulls in combat that are not long enough for you to go, hey, I'm going to go take high ground and I'm going to go set up here and I am not going to miss a single moment of combat. The lulls are not that long, the lulls that I'm asking you to take advantage of, but there are lulls that would allow you to get from, here to here before combat starts again, and then the travel from here to here is worth it because you're going to do more to the fight from here than you were from down here. You're going to do more to the fight from here than you were from down here. So, like, I don't want you to be like, I'm in a target-rich environment, I have lots of things I can shoot at, blah, 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 blah. I don't want you to just leave for no reason to go up here. But when, they leave behind cover for a moment, there's a bunch of bears up. When you see, hey, I have even a second of nothing good to do, it's time for me to start. Like, I want to be looking for excuses to go find this place, but I do need a little bit of a trigger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just one question for you.
By all means.
I was looking at how people play Hanzo, like what, like, because I guess there are different ways to play Hanzo, and
Sure.
one YouTuber, he said his aim sucks, but he got to masters strictly by just playing behind his Rhine and just breaking shields. That's it. That's all he did, and he's like, that's all you need to do to get masters. Are you buying that?
In what year?
Uh, mm,
See my
what?
point?
Okay, what?
What I mean by that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know, but I
Yeah.
can get back to you on that.
Okay.
But so you're saying that's outdated?
Well, kind of. There's certain metas where it could have worked, right? Like there's certain metas, and if you look at, there was oh boy, it was originally a ladder only meta when Brig was released. This was pre-goats, but when Brig was released, and the meta on ladder was a Hanzo, Reinhardt, Zarya, Brig meta. And if you tell me that you got to Masters by just storm arrowing, because this was basically right after the Hanzo rework, by just storm arrowing into the Reinhardt shield repeatedly to break it and then win, yeah, I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna believe that you got to Masters like that. But that was also 3 years ago at this point. You follow what I'm saying? And
Ye-
players are better at this point, and we're not in a meta that really allows for that either. If you
I'm like trying to look it up
Sure,
real quick.
sure. If you tell me that like no, I got to Masters just now by doing that, he's doing a lot of other things right if he's able to do that and get to Masters. Like his sonic arrows will be great, his aim will actually be a fair bit better than he's suggesting. He will be great at dueling Genji's tracers when they get into the back line. You follow where I'm going with this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to find it.
Okay.
I don't think he has that many views, but
All good. All good. Okay. Do you have any questions about anything we went over here or anything else? That was an interesting one. I don't usually get questions quite that well. I don't usually get questions quite like that, so that was an interesting one.
well,
Go ahead.
yeah, I thought about it because people said Hanzo is such a great shield break character. So I'm like, why not use him to be a shield break character? Why am I always taking high ground when he's a great shield break character?
Sure.
That's what I thought about.
Sure, I understand. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean the answer to that question is, well, that's cool and all, but people are good enough at Overwatch now that we just kind of go, I would much rather go around your shield than break it, because breaking it takes too much time and you can constantly recharge it. The opposing Reinhardt isn't actually going to let his shield break. The opposing Orissa's shield is going to break, but then she's going to be behind hard cover until she has a new one, or she's going to use her fortify and then she's going to be behind hard cover. You get the idea.
Yes, I get the idea.
Okay. Any other questions there?
Uh, no, that's it.
Okay, then let me call this one here.